John joins us now. What'd you think of the 30 for 30, John?
Well, it sure got a lot of attention, and it sure got a lot of downloads on my Hit It Hard song. That was pretty cool, Danny.
And you're in the top 100 now with that song, aren't you?
Yeah, went to 88 and went back up to 91. I don't know what it's doing today, but that's just awesome.
What part of the 30 for 30 was the toughest to talk about or hear again?
I think it's, with Thomas Henderson, I mean, the greatest thing that ever happened to me is when you're down and you're low and nothing's going right, I can actually say I had two of the most wonderful friends that pretty much saved my life from that night, and that was Thomas Henderson and Donnie Crabtree. I mean, there's no doubt.
But you were going to kill yourself.
Yeah, I was in the Mercedes on a cliff up around Palm Springs, going the mountainside towards San Diego. On the back there, 78, I guess, is the road. I'm not for sure what the road. I can't remember it, but right on a cliff.
And you reach out to Thomas Hollywood Henderson, who was a friend of yours. You met in rehab back in the early 90s. And then he talked you out of killing yourself?
Yep, him and Donnie, my buddy Donnie, back in the day.
How did you get to that point when you look back?
The golf game was bad. Me and Paulette were going through a divorce. I was getting ready to check myself back into the Betty Ford. I had that ordeal in Sawgrass. I mean, lost Wilson, lost Reebok, lost every sponsor I had. Lost it all.
How did the documentary treat that?
I think they did a wonderful job. They went into it right into it. They didn't beat around the bush on it or anything, and that's kind of what I loved about David and Gabe, the guys who did the show. We were just spot on. We just did it, and I wish the show had a little bit more of my Boys and Girls Club and the Make-A-Wish stuff that I did, and showed a little bit more of, maybe my family a little bit more would have been nice. But, I think the cool thing about it, Dan, is it's cool that I could actually tell a story that hopefully might help somebody. It might know that and tell the world that, hey, all athletes, if you consider golf an athlete, which I think most people do, I mean, that we do go through troubles and we go through some bad times, and that, we need help. We need help, and I'm not scared to reach out and get help is what I'm trying to say. And I think it's just part of life, and there's so many people that go through it. We all have our ups and downs.
The Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings on Audience.